Okay, I have a speech impairment. I want to try to read this. Police chief says tough times shouldn't change your core value. Core value, what does that mean?
Your beliefs.
Your belief, okay. Fredericton police chief says she's going to continue to embrace the force core values. Compassion, what does that mean?
That means you give a guy a break if he
Inte-
stole a turkey because he's hungry. You give him a break.
Okay, so if the police cop shoplift, so give her a break. Anyway, integrity.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What?
Integrity?
Integrity.
Integrity. Integrity means that.
You uphold your values.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, professionalism.
Supposedly the same thing. They're just repeating themselves.
Accountability.
Well, that's
You're held-
not getting caught.
No.
And
No. Accountability means that if you're caught, that you face up to it and you admit to it, and you are accountable for it.
and respect. I know what that means. Leanne Fitch says it's important not to let go of that. What's that word? Philosophy?
Philosophy.
Yeah, what does that mean?
The same old thing. It's what you believe in.
Okay.
Your particular philosophy.
So to label innocent people to be pedophiles.
Pedophile, yeah.
Hey, you knew that was coming. Okay. Especially during the tough times. You don't change your core value system. What does that mean?
Same thing. Your philosophy. What you believe in.
But since she's saying it,
Yeah.
she wants everybody else not to change their core values.
Yeah.
They can if they want.
Fitch said in a recent interview, you don't change standing up for what you believe to be right and true. Oh, that's me. Maybe she's talking about me here. The chief comments come as a troubling and challenging year nears conclusion for the Fredericton Police Force. Over the last 12 months, one member has been fired for inappropriate activities, while others are suspended with pay.
Inappropriate
Yeah, I got a speech impairment. Who gives a damn? Two more
You get it.
are on active administrative duty. Fitch said she believed the public realized that officers are held to higher standard, and it is role of a police chief to ensure those standards are maintained. High standard. What does that mean?
It means if they're going to let you off with stealing a turkey, they're not going to let a cop off with stealing a turkey.
Or if you ride a bicycle with no helmet. Never mind, don't answer that. That is the goal of the ethic at leadership. What does that mean?
The what? The goal of the what?
Ethical leadership.
Ethical.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry. Leadership. What does that mean?
That is the goal of ethical leadership. To hold
People accountable when they breach the code of conduct or engage in, in a criminal behavior. To hold people accountable when they breach the code of conduct. So their code of
So
conduct.
that's her job, to make sure that people
External.
are punished for wrongdoing appropriately.
The chief said she held a news conference this summer following the revelation that other officers has gotten into trouble. The question posed to her at the time was she was going to change moving forward. She was going to change moving forward.
She was going to change moving forward.
The question posed to her at the time was what she was going to change moving forward. Is that a question?
I have no idea. Time was what she was going to change moving forward. Well, what changes she was going to make to the police force as the time went along, but that makes no sense.
Only a fool says they remain stagnant and that they don't change and evolve. What does that mean?
Well, you're lying if you're saying that you can go through life without anything affecting you.
Okay. Continuous learning is critical to success, and I think people learn and grow. You never stop learning and growing. Going forward, do we have to change things? What does that mean?
Does the police force, are things at the point where we are going to have to change the way the police force is run? I think that's what she's saying.
I think we have to mimble.
She's using catchphrases.
Oh, I know, that's why I'm reading, that's why I'm taping this. I think we have to be nimble and
Nimble.
flexible to get the best that we can out of people. What does that mean? Nimble.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Nimble is quick on your feet. Like being able to snap back if something happens.
You mean like seeing a person ride a bicycle with no helmet? Okay, don't answer that.
No, that has nothing to do with that. It's if you hit a rock on the road, do you fall down or do you hop off the bicycle?
But at the same time, that doesn't mean selling out your core values and not standing up for what you believe to be right and true.
And just buy, they don't shop around, they just go, oh.
Does that make sense?
Buy it and go, and it's on the government kit, right?
Yeah, she was to change the police force, but she wants to make sure she's not overreacting. I think that's what she's saying.
Shouldn't she go after the officers that label me as a pedophile first?
Well,
Don't
I
answer
think
that.
they're going to be looked after in due course anyway.
I don't think so. Fitch said that the challenge facing the department this year, the issue of morale, has been brought up. Duh, I know what that means.
Yep.
But that doesn't lead with just one person, the chief said. So she's saying a team effort. I can cheerlead around the clock and work to be a beacon.
Work to be a beacon.
Beacon. Is that
Beacon of hope. That's
And
the thing in the States there, the Statue of Liberty. She's
Oh, yeah.
holding a beacon of hope.
beacon of hope? That was bacon. the cop bacon. Yeah, that'd be bacon. Beacon of hope and it's
Inspiration.
inspiration, encouragement. But that doesn't just rest with the chief of police.
No.
So that means the whole police force.
Yep.
But they gotta get rid of the assholes first. That rests with individual people within the organization. We have a ton of formal and informal champions. Who are they? Who work hard on the wellness committee initiative. Work hard and lifting up their co-workers and providing support and peer support. Peer support, what's that?
Then you go to Walmart.
That's like me helping Dana, Dana helping Daryl. We're peers.
Peer support. And then, police force could need to hire soon.
Yeah.
It's not unusual to hear a police chief, maybe our language, the Irving media, not the way she was talking. It's not unusual to hear a police chief talking about taking a no-nonsense position on law and order. What is unusual, however, is the position being articulated at a hearing involving one of his or her officers. Constable Sherry Campbell is the subject of an arbitration hearing. The constable is accused of stealing $20 worth of items from a store in Maine, December. If that wasn't problematic enough for Police Chief Leanne Fitch, Constable Campbell also stands accused of attempting to use her status as a police officer to influence others, asking a supervisor to keep the accident from the chief and lying to officials throughout the legal investigative process. Constable Campbell was tried in Maine on the shoplifting charge earlier this year, but the case ended without a verdict. At an arbitration hearing last week, lawyer Jamie Eddy, I was there for the first hearing. Yes, I should have took about 100 Ritalin or smoked 10 joints before I went there. Couldn't stay there for, I don't smoke marijuana, but who represents Chief Fitch in the matter, said the shoplifting charge was bad enough. On the scale of 1 to 10 for the officer misconduct, it merited a 5. The other charge, however, were much worse. He said they amount to a 10 of the misconduct scale of Constable Campbell should be fired. There are other disciplinary options at Chief Leanne Fitch disposal if the constable is found guilty of misconduct by the arbitrator. Constable conduct could be suspended, demoted, or required to take additional training. That's what I've been saying all along. Never mind this witch hunt or this lynching hearing. Just, if she did wrong, whatever, she could become a good member of the community. Mr. Eddy argued the nature of the charge are such a stain on Constable Campbell's reputation that dismissal is the only course of action to maintain the public trust of the department reputation, blah, 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 blah. So the bottom line is, if you want a morale, you want to be team effort. If there is a problem, confront the problem. Why does she want to?
Integrity. It's the lying repeatedly. The woman lost her integrity when she lied about what she did and tried to get others to lie about what she did. She lost her integrity. As a human being, she has no standing.
Maybe this human being panicked. Maybe she panicked.
No, she didn't panic, because panic means that you, in this instant, something happens and that you're panicking.
I'm a
okay?
blogger. I'm a blogger. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
But that's panic. It's an instantaneous thing. That's premeditated. When she went around and lied to her fellow police officers, that is premeditated.
But shouldn't they be officers that's
Not on the police force. Unfortunately, we have to trust the police to never lie.
Well, you can't trust them. They're all liars. I'm sorry.
She's a proven liar.
Even my case with the audit. Okay, we're not talking about that. But anyway, to police doctor the evidence, police accuse people.
Oh, that happens occasionally, but very occasionally.
No,
I mean,
no.
the cops don't want to put anybody in jail that doesn't belong in jail.
So I belong. So he's trying to say I belong in jail.
You're not in jail.
Could be there soon enough. But anyway, you say because the cop, she should be fired.
Yes, this goes to holding cops to a higher standard. It goes to integrity. It goes to core values. It unfortunately, this is really a pathetic case. I mean, I feel very bad because she has lost her life, or should lose her life, for something that is petty.
But look, if Chief Police Fitch is adopting a zero-tolerance stance on officer behavior, there should be some job opening for officers in the coming months. On top of Constable Campbell hearing, there are 2 officers on administration leave, 2 others on paid suspension, whom is facing a drunk driving allegation. If Constable Campbell alleged misconduct rates a 10, what does scarfing a trial, thanks in part for allegedly threatening suspect while in custody at a police station ring. Remember that? That's Sowers.
I don't know what that was all
That
about.
was, his daughter was, the guy was going out with his daughter, and then he just took
Well,
over.
that's a little more understandable.
No, it's not. It's,
Yes, it is.
No, we should have been 500 miles away from there. If Chief Fitch is determined to
If
follow
he
through.
deliberately went after the person or ended up, I don't know what the circumstances are. There are extenuating circumstances for something like that. I can see a human being losing it because their daughter is involved. But if
High
he
standard.
deliberately
Standard.
went after that person, then yes, he's gotta go.
If Chief Fitch is determined to follow through this kind of hard line, there also needs to be plan to assuage officers' concern. I don't know what that word is.
Oh, God, what's, how to explain
Engage,
that one?
engage,
No,
needs a plan.
relieve, so that they don't worry about it. Reassuring.
Okay. Being a police officer isn't easy. It can be a dangerous job, and officers are constantly dealing with people in crisis. Under this kind of stress and circumstances, mistakes are bound to happen. Yeah, right, especially when...
Exactly.
Yeah. It would be a
But to
stretch...
do it deliberately? No.
It would be a stretch to say the department is facing a crisis, but there's no question it has seen better days. While we appreciate the tough task Chief Fitch faces in restoring public confidence, we hope the department can get back on track without resorting to extreme measures. It's funny how they're going around. I've been saying this for 2 years. We need to get rid of this police force. Don't answer that, but that's my... But then again, if you get rid of this police force, what do you have? Quebecois. And that's worse.
We got Quebecois now.
Yeah, but not as much, because there was a guy walking around with a pellet gun in Moncton, and an RCMP talked to the media. Oh my God, it brought tears to my eyes. But they hardly speak English, and they have attitude. Quebecois have attitude.
Oh, I know. I got stopped by the police up there because I was lost, and they pulled me over. They drove off without helping me. I refused to understand what station de gaz meant.
So damn if you do, damn if you don't. I say the only way to handle this, and she made it very, very clear, people must ride a bicycle. They gotta wear a helmet. She told the city council that. They're really pushing it, and I expect a refugee to be tased
So not
to death in the spring.
not the refugees.
I think the refugees, their mode of transportation is running a bicycle. They're not used to wear a helmet. But anyway, that's another story. But this thing here, maybe she means well, but we should have had a chief from outside of this province that don't know anyone. I think this is just a personal vendetta against Sherry Campbell. She don't like her, and that's the way it is. But stay tuned. And hey, thank you for the feedback. Any final word?
Mm-mm.